Good evening, everyone. My name is Peter Schwarzbein. Born and raised in El Paso, Texas. Some of y'all might know me. I was on city council for about 8 years and had the opportunity coming out of council to work for the Anti-Defamation League. The ADL is, thank you, Mom. The ADL is the oldest anti-hate organization in the United States. It was founded 110 years ago to fight anti-Semitism and to secure justice and fair treatment for all. And so the ADL goes and fights anti-Semitism, goes and combats hate, does it by investigating online hate groups and extremists. In the case of El Paso, it was the ADL that first discovered the online manifesto of the Walmart terrorist who came to our family and brought hate and darkness to our community. But the ADL also goes and works to collect information about anti-Semitism and all forms of hate. And where we are right now is at a very challenging moment. We're at that moment in history when people say, what were you doing at that time? What were you doing to make a difference, to stand up to hate and anti-Semitism, to stand for Israel, and to bring the hostages home? I'll be clear with you with where we are. 2022 was already a record-pacing year for anti-Semitic attacks and incidents across the world. In the 40 years that the ADL has been collecting information relating to anti-Semitic incidents and attacks, it was the highest. And it had bested 2021 by over 50%, which was previously the highest year. What have we seen since this war that no Israeli, that no Jew, that nobody wanted except for Hamas? What have we seen since that? We have seen a 400% increase year over year from where we were before. We have seen synagogues firebombed in Berlin, in Tunisia, Armenia. Just yesterday, their only synagogue was destroyed and set on fire. We have seen synagogues desecrated, vandalized, from Chile to Spain to Austria and Germany. So, we're at that moment in time, that moment in history, where we say, what were you doing? And what the Jewish people's story has seen, and other groups have been attacked, other minorities have been attacked, is that bad things happen when good people stay silent. The gas chambers didn't start there. It started with words. It started with prejudiced actions, with anti-Semitism, with jokes. That's how you get to genocide. Because when good people don't stand up for each other, people feel it's okay. People feel it's okay to hate. People feel it's okay to point out that somebody's different, no matter whether it's the way that they pray to their God, or who they choose to love, or the color of their skin, or the language that they may speak at home, or the accent that they may have. Bad things happen when good people stay silent. But I know that there's good people in El Paso. I've seen it. I saw it on city council. I saw it on August 3rd, when thousands of El Pasoans had gone around the block to give blood. Do you guys remember those scenes? It's hard for us to talk about that, right? It's hard to see that hate could touch our community here, right? We're a loving community. We're a welcoming community. We don't care where you come from. We're from El Paso. We're a desert community. But we saw what happened at Walmart. And we saw our response. And we saw what happened in Pittsburgh at the Tree of Life Synagogue, the worst massacre on the Jewish community in the history of the United States. We also saw it on October 7th in Israel as well. But I'll tell you, that spirit that we had here in El Paso was a spirit that I saw with hundreds of thousands of others on Washington, D.C. this past week. I saw unity, I saw hope, and I saw pride. I just want to tell you guys a little bit about how I got to D.C. I came in on a red eye, landed 7 a.m. in Washington, stayed at an absolute stranger's house, literally. It was a friend of a friend that I met on a ski trip. And he said, I have a buddy in Washington, you can drop your bags off, take a shower, and get to the march. And so I said, sure, why not? People have been gracious and kind with this whole time. To Rabbi Leon's comment about being lonely, absolutely. The attacks and the massacre that we saw brings back a deep, deep trauma to so many Jewish families. My own family had fled from Kiev to Argentina 150 years ago because of pogroms and massacres, because they said that Jews were no longer welcome. But that story is true for so many other families as well in the Jewish community. And while it felt lonely, we've also seen the Jewish community come together, help each other, send food, clothing, donations to the state of Israel. And we've also seen all of y'all do that as well. We have seen the support from the Christian community and other non-Jewish communities as well. When we were there in DC, we were able to stand up together, Jew and non-Jew, side by side, and to stand for Israel, and to stand against anti-Semitism and hate, and to bring the hostages home. I want to show you guys a picture of what it was like. So, you can see over here, my friend on the left, that was my friend Michael. Him and I grew up together since we were in preschool at the JCC here in El Paso. Him and some of our friends came down from New Jersey. I had 2 cousins that I had no idea that were coming. And you literally had Jews from across the United States and the world that showed up. This was the largest single event to support the Jewish people in the history of the United States. And you guys were there too. The Christian community was there in complete support, and it was amazing to see. And I know that I wasn't alone. I was representing my elders, my family from my dad's side, the Urovich and Schwarzbeins, on my mom's side, the Friedman and Campellos, and the dozens of relatives, brothers and sisters of my grandmother who were killed in the Holocaust. They were all with us, they were all with me, but so is you with El Paso. I had the opportunity to wear this shirt. This is signed by all the folks that came to the Interfaith Vigil in San Jacinto Plaza. I want to thank the organizers of that and all the support. And I want to thank all of you. Everybody give a big round of applause for your support. We know that it's sometimes hard to do the right thing. We know that there's a lot of challenges with what's going on ahead and what's currently going on with Hamas and Israel. But I also know too that we have good people. And I also know that we all have a responsibility to bring light into darkness. And so I want to thank you all. There's been times where it hasn't been the easiest to be Jewish in El Paso, but I know now without a doubt that this is a community that, as always, will step up and look out to support its neighbor and to be full of justice and compassion. What we saw in March was 300,000 people that stood up together for Jewish self-determination, for Jewish lives, and most importantly, for love. Because at the end of the day, no matter what God you pray to, it's about love. It's about leaving this world a better place. And so, just wanted to thank again for letting me share a little bit about my reflections of being there, of being in El Paso and in Washington, D.C. I just hope that we all can say right now, after me, bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home. Thank you.
גם יפה מבחוץ וגם יפה מבפנים. יש בה איזו תמימות של מי שהקים את הארץ הזאת, בטח של הקיבוצניקים שם. מתעורר ב7:30 להזקה וייעודים. ברור לי לגמרי שאם זה קורה בתל אביב זה קל וחומר קורה שם. מתקשר אליה ואז היא מספרת לי מה קורה אצלהם. היא אומרת שבממ"דים הם הולכו לו לצאת. היא לבד, יש לי אח שגם כן שם, אבל הוא בחדר שלו. היא אומרת לי היא לא מצליחה לדבר איתו. היא מספרת לי שיש חדירה בסדרות. לוקח לי זמן להבין שהיא אומרת לי יש גם פה. השעות נוקפות ונוקפות, וזה עוד שעה ושעתיים ושלוש. וככה זה נמשך במשך 10-11 שעות. בשלב מסוים כותב לאח שלי, וכן יש תקשורת איתו. 2 חיילים מלווים אותו לבית של אמא שלי, הוא מוצא בית פרוץ, הפוך. הממ"ד פתוח, במיטה שלה הפוכה, ואמא שלי איננה. אני מקבל את זה מאחותי, היא כותבת לי, אורי, אמא כבר נראה חטופה, אחרי שעה מגיע אלינו, אני אפילו לא יודע דרך מי ודרך איפה, תמונה, ואני מסתכלת תמונה, ואני רואה את אמא שלי. אמא שלי, בת 84, מושבת על אופנוע, אישה בתמונה שאני לא מכיר לפניה, אני רואה 2 חמושים, הפנים שלה מופנות. קצת אחורה, זה ברור לי לגמרי שזה אמא שלי, זה חד משמעי. בבקשה תחזירו את אמא שלי, אמא אברהם, הביתה.
אנחנו ההורים של ענבר איימן, שנחטפה לעזה.
אני ידעתי שהיא הולכת למסיבה, כמובן שלא ידעתי שהיא בדרום. את ההקשר אני עשיתי אחרי שראינו בטלוויזיה. היא יושבת בה בשעה 7:30, כן, יש אזעקות, אני בורחת מהטילים. בפעם האחרונה ששמענו ממנה
הבנו שהיא נחטפה כשדווח לנו על הסרטון. מהעדויות שאנחנו מצליחים להבין, אנחנו מבינים שענבר נלקחת בחיים. תחושה שנוראית של הורים. אני ילדה מלאה באהבה, בהבנה, היא מכילה את כולם, היא ילדה מחבקת, ילדה אוהבת.
איך הגיעה לנו בכלל הזוועה הזאת? איך היא הלכה למסיבה?
אנחנו מבקשים שתחזירו את ענבר איימן, הבת שלנו, הביתה, בריאה ושלמה.
It's just being, an obnoxious son, and I want everything to stop, right? Stop this madness, stop the violence, bring every captive home.
שמי נטלי מדמון, באתי לספר על אמא שלי, אופליה רויטמן.
ככל הנראה נחטפה ביום שבת, ומאז לא נוצר איתה קשר.
תיארו לנו את הזירה, נרצחו המון אנשים, אז רואים, היו שם גופות. וזה נגמר. אמא שלי כל החיים שלה הייתה אשת חינוך. היא הייתה 20 שנה מחנכת כיתות א'-ב'. ואני בטוחה שאם יש שם ילדים והיא בסביבה, אז שהיא מסוגלת להכין לנו עוגיות שם, ולתת להם לשתות, ולדאוג להם, כי זאת הייתה היא. אז בבקשה, מכל העולם, תחזירו אותה בחיים לכאן, את אמא שלי, את סבתא.
יש לי 2 ילדות מהממות. אלה בכיתה ג', דפנה
בכיתה י'. כל מה שמעניין אותם בחיים זה הטיק-טוק ולצחוק, ודפנה מעניין אותה בנים ואיפור ושיער. בשתיים ומשהו קיבלתי מאחותי את הטלפון, ושחטפו את דפנה לעזה, וראיתי את התמונה של דפנה יושבת על מזרון עם הכיתוב בערבית. זה מלחיץ אותי, אני לא יודעת מה הם עשו לה, אני לא יודעת מי החליף לה את הבגדים. ואחר כך קיבלתי את התמונה השנייה, שם רואים את תלה. השמלה היא שמלה של דפנה הכינה לי, בגלל זה אני לובשת אותה. והכוס לה קנתה לי, ואני רוצה שהם ידעו שהן נותנות לי כוח, ואני מעבירה להם את הכוח.
from Kfar Aza. I have a wife and 3 children, 4.5, 8 and 10 years old, in the Gaza Strip right now. I'm asking the international community, please help bring my wife and children back home.
My name is Eyal Nori. My uncle, Said, was murdered by terrorists last Saturday. My aunt, Adina, was kidnapped to Gaza Strip. They believed in living side by side with the Palestine. War was the opposite from them. Nobody kidnapped 72 years old woman. This is against humanity, against anything that a person can believe. I'm calling to everybody who can listen, who can hear me, please release Adina.
נועה היא הבת היחידה שלנו. היא נולדה, במבט הראשון הבנתי שיש לי את הדבר הכי נפלא, הדבר הכי יפה, הכי מתוק, הכי טוב, שילד שאבא יכול להשיג.
קיבלנו 2 סרטונים. אנחנו לא יודעים איפה היא חיה.
איך היא אוכלת? מה היא אוכלת? נועה הייתה עמוד התווך בבית הזה. בבית הזה הייתה עמוד התווך. עשינו בשבילה הכל, בנינו בשבילה הכל, כי זה מה שהיא רצתה. בבקשה, תשמעו על שלמות הבית שלנו, בכל השעות של בקשה.